Most people buy Jeppy for the monthly distributions and they just stop right there. They own the shares, the distribution arrives every month, they reinvest it or spend it, and that's the whole strategy, right? What most Jeppy holders don't realize is that Jeppy itself is a tradable security with its own options chain, which means you can sell covered calls on top of your Jeppy shares on top of a fund that's already generating income from its own covered call overlay, Inception. You'd be collecting premium twice on essentially the same underlying capital. The math, it's very interesting, and the mechanics of why this works particularly well on Jeppy and where the risks lives is something worth understanding before you actually run it. Here's how this works mechanically though, okay? Jeppy holds a diversified S&P 500 portfolio and sells ELNs, equity-linked notes, to generate monthly income for shareholders. The fund does the covered call work on the underlying stocks. You receive the benefits as monthly distributions. When you own 100 or more shares of Jeppy, you can sell a covered call now on those shares just like you would on any dividend stock or any stock. If someone buys your covered call and the Jeppy share price rises above your strike price at expiration, your shares get called away at the strike. If the price stays below your strike, the call expires worthless and you keep the full premium. This creates two income streams from the same pool of capital. The first is Jeppy's monthly distribution, roughly 8 to 10% annually, depending on obviously the market conditions. The second is the premium you collect by selling covered calls on the Jeppy shares that you own yourself. Both arrive in your account, both are real income. The question is whether the covered call on Jeppy is worth doing and what you're giving up to just collect that. But let's talk about the framework that really makes this setup different from running covered calls on individual stocks like we talk a lot about here. On most stocks, the covered call creates a trade-off, right? You collect premium, but you cap your upside. If the stock runs significantly, you miss the gain above your strike. That trade-off matters a lot on growth stocks with real appreciation potential. On Jeppy, the upside is already capped by the fund's own covered call overlay. Jeppy's structure literally limits its participation in sharp market rallies. That's literally by design. The fund isn't built to capture 30% in a bull year. It's built to deliver consistent monthly income with reduced volatility. Because Jeppy's price appreciation is naturally limited, the cost of capping it further with a covered call is lower than on most investments. You're not sacrificing meaningful upside on a fund that's already opted out of a dramatic upside in exchange for, consistent income, okay? This makes Jeppy's share price relatively predictable in its trading range, which is exactly what makes it favorable for covered call candidates. The probability that a strike 5 to 8% above the current price will be reached in any given 30-day period is lower on Jeppy than on most individual stocks because the fund isn't built to make big moves like that. Let's talk about the combined income math here. Let me put some real numbers on what this would look like. 500 shares of Jeppy at approximately, let's say $58 a share is $29,000 position. Jeppy's current monthly distribution is approximately, 40 cents per share. On 500 shares, that's $200 per month arriving automatically from the fund's own covered call strategy. Now at a covered call, right? Jeppy's implied volatility is in the 12 to 16% range, really modest compared to individual stocks. A 30-day covered call at a strike maybe 5% above current price might generate 35 to 45 cents per share depending on market conditions. On 500 shares, that's 5 contracts generating around 175 to 200 bucks per month in additional premium. Combined, 200 from Jeppy's distribution plus about $200 from your covered call equals around $400 per month from a $29,000 position. Annualized, that's approximately around almost $5,000 per year, around 15 to 16 total income yield on the capital that you have deployed per year. And all that from a fund that was already yielding 8 to 10% before you added the options layer. But let's talk about setting the right strike on Jeppy. Strike selection on Jeppy covered calls follows the same upper Bollinger Band logic as any other covered call, but there's an additional consideration specific to Jeppy. You want to hold these shares for long-term monthly distributions, right? On a regular wheel position, getting called away at a profit is the designed exit. On Jeppy, you probably want to keep the shares and keep receiving the distribution. That means the covered call strike needs to be genuinely far enough out that you're comfortable holding if the stock reaches it, or genuinely enough far out that assignment rarely happens. A strike 5 to 8% above current price on Jeppy tends to be a safe given the fund's price behavior. it rarely makes strong directional moves because of its own built-in overlay. But that distance keeps most cycles for the most part clean. If Jeppy does get called away, the premium plus any obviously appreciation at the strike is a profitable exit, and you can reinvest the capital and just restart this all. Let's talk about the best account to run this kind of stuff in. This is where the account placement consideration really applies. Jeppy's monthly distribution is ordinary income. It is in a taxable account, you're paying full federal rates on those distributions annually. The covered call premium is also short-term capital gains if the call expires, also taxed at ordinary rates. Both income streams in a taxable account face the same tax drag. Running this strategy inside a Roth IRA eliminates both tax events. All of the distributions and all of the covered call premium compounds at the full rate with no annual tax bill. The 15 to 17% total income yield stays at 15 to 17%. In a taxable account at 24% bracket, that effective yield is closer to 11 to 13%. The math on this strategy is strongest where taxes are 0, which means inside the Roth is where Jeppy plus covered calls does its most compelling work for us. Jeppy alone is a solid monthly income ETF. Jeppy with covered call layer is a substantially more active income generator that takes the same capital and extracts an additional income stream from the fact that the fund's price behavior is naturally limited. The strategy works specifically because of Jeppy's structure. The fund's own covered call overlay keeps its price from making dramatic moves, which is normally a limitation, but it becomes an advantage when you're adding your own covered calls on top. A fund with capped upside is a favorable covered call candidate in my opinion. The practical result, roughly 15 to 17% total income yield on a fund that's professionally managed, monthly paying, and backed by JP Morgan's institutional options execution. Inside a Roth IRA, every dollar of that yield compounds tax-free for us. I got some questions for you guys in the comments as always. Number one, do you currently own Jeppy, and have you ever thought about its options chain as a potential second income layer on top of the distribution? And number two, if you're running this or considering it, which accounts are you planning to hold it in? And have you calculated the difference in after-tax yield between a taxable account and a Roth? And if you're a beginner just getting started with all this, I have a full 90-minute workshop I want to invite you to where I break everything down in plain, easy to understand English. It'll be the first link in the description of today's video. At the end of it, you also get my 15 favorite stocks, all under 30 bucks, my 2 premium calculators, and my full trade log template. You'll find a link to that workshop as the first one in the description of today's video, guys. As always, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.